Hey guys, UC here from iTradePrice. It is July 7th. So tomorrow is Friday and I will not be able to trade tomorrow. We'll just be busy with some stuff, personal stuff. But I wanted to make a quick video. So today was a great day, right? Bulls all along, all dips were bought and all that stuff. So what's done is done. Now let's take a look at what's going on in the market in terms of where we headed. So if you went through my previous video, I think it was like on Tuesday morning that I made. Remember how we talked about that usually if the trend line, if you see a fourth touch, we'll just consider this one big touch, right? It was just a cluster zone and this one was third. So the fourth time I have seen in my personal trading, it always, I should not say always, right? But it usually breaks out the trend line the fourth time, at least breaks out. I mean, yeah, if it fails tomorrow, sure, that's another thing, I don't know. But it does give a run at least once, the fourth time for some reason. That's what I have observed. But so we got the breakout. Let's see if we get a pause bar on Friday and then a rally on Monday, or if it gives us some sort of a back test of this trend line and then move back up or something. But on a higher time frame, this looks like the target if we were to continue moving towards the upside, right? 12,918. That's just where we saw these previous breakdowns from, right? So that can be a good one. Let's take a look at QQQ. So again, QQQ also fourth time, it kind of broke out of the trend line, so that's good. Now if we drill down to, let's say, an hourly view, we can see it is moving up in this nice channel to the upside, right? Took out one level after the other. And just for learning purposes, right, yesterday we had a nice bullish close, right? It gapped up today in the morning, tried to kind of, it did not gap up, but it stayed bullish overnight, right? You could see minimal follow through to the downside to any red bar, and even if you have a red bar, it is with a bottom wick, and this 289.6 level held. There was no bar in the hourly view that closed below that level even in the overnight session. So that was good. And once we saw the US open, we saw a nice move to the upside. Here was the trend line. If you match it with the channel up, that looked like a natural target it wants to go. So we got some top wick, and now we can just kind of keep on moving towards the side. Maybe we get a dip early in the morning, US tomorrow morning or European session, and then we move back up towards 296 target. Okay, if it loses this channel definitely, and then this 291.4 level, then of course things start becoming weak again. But for right now, it looks pretty good. SPX, similar, same way. Daily view looks nice. SPY is still below its downtrend line, so that can be the target on further strength, right? 3946 area, so to speak. Let's take a look at 30-minute chart. So we did not see 3808 was our level, remember? So overnight, or actually yesterday, we did see a move back there, and then we never saw a move back down. Then 3821 was our morning reference point that we would have been cautious that the price is losing its steam, but it never saw that move down. It opened pretty strong and then it just kind of rallied. So SPY is also similar, right? This is in a nice channel to the upside. We'll see how it goes. Still below the downtrend line, right? So that can be a target if it breaks above this channel high right here. If it breaks out above this channel, then that can be definitely high. If it breaks down, we can see if it gives a pullback buyer on the channel top, right about 385, 386 area, and then we can see if it wants to move back up. Of course, if it drops below 385, then we have 383 as the support, because that was the resistance on the way up. It acted as support once we got up. So once it's below that, of course, it's weak, but till then, long to cautiously long, depending on where your entry point is. Okay, take a look at 4 more charts. Amazon, nice uptrend channel. It did flag here, sort of Wednesday kind of a time frame, and then it just once it broke out above that, today it tested that low, gave us a nice pullback towards 113.5. That was a support. Resistance turned support, so we're still above the trend line here. We broke out of 115.5. That was the level we were watching all day today. Once it broke out above that, it went nicely towards 117. We are in 118C expiring tomorrow. We'll see, if it gives us a nice gap up, it would be nice, but we have some resistance here in that area. So we'll see how it, as long as it's about 114.8, I would say it's good. Okay. Tesla, everyone's favorite, right? Let's look at weekly chart. So from weekly perspective, nice bullish week so far, right? Still, technically speaking, lower low and a lower high so far, right, in the weekly time frame. But it doesn't really mean much. But since it's in a downtrend, and any bullish bar we see, we don't see an upside follow through. So just have to get above this downtrend line, right? This one right here, to start feeling that we're out of the danger zone. But still, that happens. We'll just have to evaluate it day by day. So here's how the daily view looks, right? Our level that we were watching actually was 705 today, right? So we were bullish above that, and I think it broke that level earlier in the day, actually, right there. Yeah, so we were consolidating pre-market, right, with a slight gap up. We saw a dip down to 696, right, at open, and then it took out 705 level, and now, well, it's updated for tomorrow, but once it took out 705, it just kind of kept on moving up. Good slow move to the upside, and 736 was sort of the 734 actually was a top target I was looking at. Tomorrow, let's see, it's still in the uptrend, but we have this downtrend line, so I'll be cautious once we are around 741. If you're long, I'll definitely be trimming or at least taking profits. The dip buy could be 718. If we get below 708, the chart would probably lose steam. Active bulls will not be involved at that time, but if it flags overnight, kind of opens up here, something like that, can give a good move to the upside, 741, and then we'll see if it wants to stay up, go towards 756 ultimate target, or if it kind of gets rejected from the downtrend line. Okay, let's look at Google. What a nice move. Even the lottos played out seriously good on these. I think it's because of the split coming up, so people just buying it for not missing out that opportunity. But overall, I mean, if you look at the weekly chart, right, let me get rid of these. It's still not totally out of the danger zone, but the good thing is that the bearish bars are actually not seeing any downside follow through. So maybe that is a bottom, maybe that's a sign of strength, but really need to get back above this channel, which we are looking to do that. 2400 is a psychological resistance, so once we're above that, definitely we can see if it starts an active sequence of moving up. If it does that, 2659 is a good target upside. Again, it's a weekly chart, so kind of think like that. Daily view, bullish, right? We were bullish since this, since I think it was like mid this week when it made this bullish engulfing. It opened weak, went back down, couldn't stay down, and it was a long trade right when it crossed the high of this previous day, and since then it has been moving nicely up. Even the 4-hourly bars or hourly bars were not seeing any downside follow through. So good strong chart, but I mean, at least from risk and reward perspective, the trade is done. Again, I'm not entering any new trades, just lotto type trades if I have to enter, which already traded. But again, this is not a place to be buying a new one. Sure, let it break out. We'll see if it gives us a back test to get in, but right now it's just premiums will be so pricey for this one, right? Let's take a look at one more, Nvidia. All right, so good looking chart as it got above 155. That was the level below which we were bearish, but once we got above that, it is nice now, right? It had a nice gap up and a good 3-day bar pattern, right? Would still have to, I think the target can be 173 if it remains strong like that. Sorry, a daily view. This is the daily view. I don't know why I had that 3-day view, but yeah, 3. So we had this wedge, right? That it broke out of, right? A bullish engulfing day, pause bar or sideways, and then a nice move to the upside, right? And if you look at the lower time frame, it probably gave you a better view that we are in this nice up channel. Today we open up strong. We were looking for 155 point something, 155.7 maybe, to kind of get taken out by the price, and it was kind of all bullish. You can see it was making this triangle once it got up. So yeah, you really have to pay attention intraday to these patterns, to reference points, especially QQQ and SPY reference points, just to kind of get the feel of the market. The bias of the market is very important to stay consistently profitable in the market, because if you are a day trader, you will have to know these levels. You know, you should know what level a particular stock gets weak under, and if it stays above a certain price, you should know that it's strong and it's just only a pullback, things of that nature, right? So square, if I take at this trend line, make a duplicate short like that, that could be a good target on the upside once it breaks out 72, but right now 72 is the upside target on further strength, which it looks like it can do because it's still in the up channel, right? There's no harm done depending on how and where we open. I mean, as long as it's above 67, 66, you know, we can see that move. But once it gets below 66, we have 64, and then if it loses that, you know, definitely we're going down. But that's how you kind of play this chart. All right, hope you guys like this video. If you have any questions, let me know. Thank you. Bye.